I think we're going to find our way out of this situation. The Victorian situation at the moment is not, and I'd say to people in Victoria, it's not like this in the rest of the country. And I know that we've got a lot of clients who are itching for the restrictions to ease. And as soon as that's available, we've got a lot of pent up demand, and that demand will be realised. So we've got a lot of finance facilities that we're putting in place at the moment. People are deferring, actually settling on those and taking delivery of assets. But as soon as they're able to get out there and actually manufacture and get back to a normal kind of working environment, I think the economy will go fairly well, fairly quickly.
All right, well, hopefully we'll have a bit of a slingshot effect. Gary?
Yeah, I agree with David. Certainly what we're saying is exactly the same. We're also seeing that, very interestingly, quite a few manufacturers have approached us to help them set up in Australia. One is a very large pharmaceutical company. The reason for that is that they've got large facilities at the moment in China. It's a US mob. They want to pull out of China completely, and they see Australia as a safe haven to make a lot of the product for the Asian market. So, again, I agree with that. Once we could start to move around, then I think you'll find that there'll be a kickstart in terms of getting other products made here, which will create employment.
Well, that is interesting, Gary, because if they're moving, I know that part of the US strategy is to shift the supply chain out of China, and I always thought they'll look to shift into Southeast Asia. But you're thinking that Australia might pick up some of that as well.
Well, we've certainly been approached. Yeah, one of the same question as I asked the guys in the US, and their view on life is that at the end of the day, Vietnam, which is the favourite place at the moment. Yep. They're concerned about the political stability, and they're also concerned about the cost. They've worked out that even though the labour costs are low, the infrastructure at the moment is really bad in terms of electricity supply and roads and so on. So to get product to ports and so on is quite difficult. They prefer Australia, where at least it's pretty straightforward. And the other important point, I think, is that on average, probably about 8% of your costs are labour costs. The rest is automation, equipment, and so on. So if you're looking at an 8% direct labour cost or 7% direct labour cost, it really makes no difference to your price, but it's safer to make the product here.
Well, the other thing too is, I mean, some people might be thinking, oh, yeah, but I mean, that's a US company coming to Australia, and but the thing is, it might be some great big plant that's American owned, but they're still going to need locally made components. Maybe there'll be some packaging, local packaging. Of course, the stuff needs to be moved around on the local trucks, et cetera, et cetera. Listen, Gary, you say that
they employ a lot of people as well. So that's
that's it. That's the game. That's the game.
But they don't just employ people; they also employ a lot of subcontractors, and people need to service that air conditioner and all the other little components that get manufactured.